udon, ramen, soba, somen. Japanese people love noodles.
Regional noodle specialties exist throughout Japan. Combined with a land's history and climate, becomes a beloved noodle. Without noodles, life would be boring.
It's a man world.
Fujinomiya City in eastern Shizuoka Prefecture. It has long prospered as the gateway town to Fujisan Hongu Sengen Taisha, the center of Mount Fuji worship. There's a dish that's long been loved in Fujinomiya City. It's Fujinomiya Yakisoba. But what exactly is Fujinomiya Yakisoba, the local specialty that became famous across Japan? We take a closer look at the appeal of Fujinomiya Yakisoba, a beloved local soul food that's familiar and comforting. Let's taste Fujinomiya Yakisoba. Right in front of Senjin Shrine is the Miyamachi shopping street. In one corner, there's a spot that fills the air with a savory aroma. In this area, known as Omiya Yokocho, anyone can easily enjoy Fujinomiya Yakisoba. At the center is spring water from Mount Fuji.
Amazingly, visitors can help themselves to this water.
It's such a treat to wash down Fujinomiya Yakisoba with spring water from Mount Fuji. We asked a group visiting from overseas what they thought of the yakisoba.
We're from America, the United States.
How about that? Let me know the taste.
Yeah, the food here is just incredible. The yakisoba, famous in Fujinomiya, A+.
Very good.
I love it. Probably the best meal I've had during my time here. The sauce and the noodles complement each other very well. I loved it. Very good.
I think the cabbage is probably my favorite part. The vegetables are cooked in such a awesome and well-made manner that it really gives a nice crunch to the taste.
I also really like the cabbage. This is definitely like the best thing I've eaten here.
I just think it's very flavorful. There is so much happening, but in the best way possible. And it definitely puts any Japanese food we've had back in America to shame. Here it's so much better.
Yes, it's so good. So good.
Fujinomiya Yakisoba. Looks like it's popular with visitors from overseas. So, what is Fujinomiya Yakisoba? To find out exactly what Fujinomiya Yakisoba is, I went to a Japanese regional goods store. It's great fun just watching it being tossed on the big griddle. They poured water for steaming, and steam shot up. Actually, this water comes from the spring water we just saw earlier. What a toasty aroma. Makes my mouth water. But why did this yakisoba become so famous? So we asked Kensuke Watanabe, president of Prosumer Co. Limited, which preserves and oversees the Fujinomiya Yakisoba brand, to explain why.
Yeah, simply put, Fujinomiya Yakisoba is a long-loved local fried noodle dish embodying the town's hopes for Fujinomiya's revitalization. The story actually dates back to the period right after World War II. Since then, it has been a deeply cherished soul food, loved by the citizens for generations. Around the year 2000, the city was struggling with depopulation and hollowing out, so workshops were organized within the city to find a solution. They focused on Fujinomiya Yakisoba's distinctive features and raised the idea of using it for town revitalization. They formed the Fujinomiya Yakisoba Association, named the dish Fujinomiya Yakisoba, promoted it nationwide, and that's how the name became known to this day. Fujinomiya Yakisoba is defined by three distinct qualities. First and foremost, the noodles themselves are very special. They're steamed noodles with a springy, chewy bite. With regular yakisoba, the noodles are steamed and then boiled. But Fujinomiya Yakisoba's noodles are chilled instead of boiled and coated with oil, giving them a uniquely firm, springy bite. Second, they use something called nikukasu as an ingredient. It's the leftover bits from rendering lard out of pork back fat that are then deep fried. Third, they sprinkle sardine powder on the yakisoba. They use the leftover scraps from dried sardine flakes, then grind them well into powder to sprinkle on.
The three defining features of Fujinomiya Yakisoba. One of them, the noodles, will likely be a key. Fujinomiya Yakisoba noodles. In fact, the noodles used in Fujinomiya Yakisoba are produced by only 4 noodle makers in the city. We visited one of them, Marumo Foods. Founded in 1951, Marumo Foods has developed numerous products over the years. And as it turns out, they're the company that developed the noodles for Fujinomiya Yakisoba. So that's where those distinctive chewy noodles came from. We asked Ritsuko Machizuki, president of Marumo Food Industries, about the history of the noodle.
The founder, Seben Machizuki, had been a pilot during the war. He flew the planes carried on board the ships. They were essentially reconnaissance aircraft used for scouting. It happened back when he was in Southeast Asia, I believe it was Indonesia. He came across a boat of local people, probably pearl divers. They approached him because they were in need of fresh water. He said that when they gave them some water, the divers thanked them by giving them that dried rice vermicelli. Apparently he asked the ship's cook to prepare it. And of course it was really delicious. My father just could not forget that incredible taste. So, when he finally came back home after the war, he was determined. He kept wondering if there was any way he could recreate that specific flavor. The rice vermicelli was made from beans, maybe mung beans. Or there was one made from rice flour, and not knowing that, they used wheat, the American ration wheat flour, and just tried to copy it. That's how it started. It also helps hold it together. Otherwise it'd get all dry and crumbly like Japanese soba. So, coating it with oil turned out to be just right, I guess. For us, it really comes down to this. Whether we make just one dish or 10,000, we are fully capable of delivering the exact same flavor. This isn't actually meant to be the finished main dish. It acts as a base, allowing each household to add their own seasoning and enjoy the flavor they prefer. So I was often told not to be so pushy about the taste.
Subtlety is part of what makes the flavor. Seeking delicious flavor. In search of even more Fujinomiya Yakisoba, we visited Wu Roite, a long-established shop that's been making it for generations. This shop draws many visitors from outside the prefecture. What's its appeal? We asked Harunobu Matsunaga, the second-generation manager, what he prides himself on.
Well, you see, Fujinomiya Yakisoba is unique because it uses steamed noodles. The method involves taking fresh raw noodles, steaming them, then drying them out to finish the product. You could say it's kind of like dried noodles. But I'm pretty particular about how much water I add.
In addition to using custom noodles that are tricky to get the water balance right, There are countless other touches, a house-made sauce blended from 8 different ingredients, a touch of karashi miso, and more.
Fujinomiya Yakisoba is a local specialty created to promote the city of Fujinomiya. We'd love everyone across Japan to try it. However, Fujinomiya still has many amazing things that aren't well known yet. It's a food treasure trove. Beyond yakisoba, you'll find delicious chicken, pork, beef, and many other tasty ingredients. And we'd like people to discover Fujinomiya for more than just its yakisoba.
Fujinomiya's food, made with hometown love. Maybe the deliciousness is packed with those feelings.
We came from Kanagawa today. We came to the safari park, and this is our second time at Wuroite. I've always wanted my son and daughter-in-law to try Wuroite's yakisoba, so I brought them today. This is absolutely the best. Everyone, if you get the chance, please come to Fujinomiya and try the yakisoba at Wuroite or the yakisoba from any shop in Fujinomiya.
It was even better than I expected. They cooked it right in front of me. I was so excited. The noodles are really good. And the sauce too. This one really feels unique to Fujinomiya. Kind of sweet and a savory with a rich, deep flavor. It's really delicious.
They might already be skilled at cooking it, but when you cook it on an iron griddle like this, it really is a bit different from frying it at home. And so I'd love for you to give it a try.
Their passion for their hometown has won over many palates. It's not just yakisoba. It's been elevated to a whole new level and truly moves you.
But that egg is amazing.
Fujinomiya and its yakisoba. Finally, we spoke with Takaki Sano, director of Fujinomiya's Food Town Promotion Office, which promotes the city's food culture.
Well, I believe it's one of the key elements of community development as a local specialty, thanks to the efforts of everyone involved with the town's yakisoba. It's now so well known that when people say yakisoba, they pretty much mean Fujinomiya. People come from all over to taste Fujinomiya's yakisoba. Well, when it comes to Fujinomiya, there is, of course, Mount Fuji. And there's no doubt it's the city's biggest draw. From my position in the Food Town Promotion Office, I consider it, much like Mount Fuji, one of the town's key elements for development. I believe we probably got people who feels that Fujinomiya Yakisoba must be really good, but you can't tell how it tastes on TV. We hope you'll come, try it for yourself, and realize how truly delicious it is.
This familiar local dish isn't just food, it's the very embodiment of town revitalization, born from people's love for their hometown and their hopes for its future. It's a men world! Wow!